Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dilbo Davgins. That is Dilbo with a B, and I'm coming at you today with the very first episode of the MMO show. This is a show all about bringing you the news and the information about MMOs that you actually care about. If you're interested in this style of content, make sure you leave a like, a subscription, and a comment down below. Come over to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Dilbo Davgins, and discuss MMOs with me. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to check out the very first episode of the MMO show. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Recently, Lost Ark, a top-down MMORPG created by Smilegate that is extremely popular in Korea. Amazon is going to be publishing Lost Ark here in the US and other regions. Recently, Lost Ark was supposed to be coming out by the end of this year. Well, unfortunately, we had an update on the Lost Ark Twitter account that they're going to have to be delaying the Lost Ark release to early 2022. Cited inside of this post that they made, they said they're going to be squashing bugs, doing voiceover work, and overall just continuing to make the game better. I'm not actually sure if I really buy this excuse. The game is already done. It's already extremely popular in Korea. All Amazon really has to do is change the language and the voiceovers and everything should be working fine. I am naive when it comes to how this process would work. That's kind of what I'm thinking here. New World has announced an open beta from September 9th to September 12th, 2021. The consensus for this beta is to be able to test the server stability of the game servers. This will be an open beta, so you can go onto Steam, use the new Steam's testing program, and apply it to get access. I'm pretty sure they're just going to be letting everybody in as far as I can tell. I'm personally looking forward to being able to test New World once again. As you guys know, I have plans on covering New World heavily over the next while, but this makes me think about why Lost Ark has been pushed back. Is it possible that this New World beta might not go well, thus needing New World to be pushed back? Thus, New World would be competing with Lost Ark more. So Amazon wants to push back Lost Ark to give New World a chance to breathe. Just a thought to think about. I'm not 100% certain if that is the case in this scenario. Nonetheless, I'm excited for both of these games and I just can't wait to get my hands on them. Another quick piece of New World news is that there will be no PvP servers at launch, and that has been confirmed. Keyword at launch. But I also think really what's going to be happening here for the PvP people like you and me that are really interested in seeing a PvP server style system for New World, I think what will happen is a zone instead of a server. Give us a high level zone where PvP flagging is always on, and I think that might be a good compromise. The consensus across the entire community is that that will be good enough if the developers do not want to create a PvP focused server. Next up, Crowfall. Crowfall just had their 7.1 patch, very big patch. They added something called the Mega Dregs. So up until this point, Dregs has been broken up via region and they've been completely separate servers from each other. So they've been an NA Dregs, an EU Dregs, and Australia Dregs, all completely different. Well, they have used this time since launch to create a new Mega Dregs. Inside of this Dregs, there are many different zones and each zone is broken up based on a region. Based on the zone that you join, your ping will change because you're actually connecting to a server in a completely different region. This is a very unique and interesting idea, and I'm not necessarily sure how this is going to work out, but overall the consensus throughout the community is that this was well done. Now, Crowfall has its own litany of problems, but this is a very cool idea and the community seems to be enjoying it. In not so good news for Crowfall, there was recently a tweet from an ex-employee at Artcraft Entertainment, who are the creators of Crowfall, about layoffs. Now, there's been nothing confirmed from Artcraft, and I have reached out to my sources at Artcraft to try to get confirmation. No, nothing has been confirmed, but the consensus is that there has been layoffs at Artcraft. Equinar, which was a community manager at Artcraft, ex-streamer, ex-content creator for the game, posted something on his Twitter that made it look like he was let go as well. This is extremely unfortunate for the company. I know a lot of the people at that studio and they're great, wonderful people, and I wish them all the best if they were let go. Hopefully this isn't leading to a complete downfall of Crowfall. Mortal Online 2, a first-person hardcore PvP sandbox MMO, is going to be having a stress test starting September 6th. Mortal Online 2 has been in development for quite a while, and the consensus across the community is that a lot of people are extremely excited for this game to finally come out. In October, they will be adding an update called Persistence, which from that point on, the game will not be wiped anymore. So this is a stress test before that update to be able to make sure the servers can handle the amount of people that will be coming for that Persistence update. If you're interested in seeing some MO2 gameplay, I will be streaming it Monday, September 6th on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/DilboDavgins. Come over there, let's experience it together. Mortal Online 2 also recently released their monetization model. Instead of adding a cash shop or some type of skin system, what they're deciding to do is a buy to play with a subscription. Reason being is that they do not want to add any type of microtransactions that could possibly turn into something more egregious in the future. They'd rather just go with a subscription model out of the gate to have full-on support. Now, I'm not sure how everybody watching this feels about subscription models. I personally don't mind them. I think if the game is good enough to support that type of subscription model, I will happily support them. Dual Universe, a sandbox space MMO that at this point has extremely focused on PvE, recently announced that they're getting a PvP update called Ares. I have had my eye on Dual Universe for a while, but never pulled the trigger because there was a lack of consistent PvP. Along with PvP updates, this will also include an update to how asteroids discovery and mining work, shields, map and UI quality of life changes, and a new Lua screen technology system. Last but certainly not least, Elyon just recently had its closed beta test number 2. I personally spent a lot of time streaming it during the closed beta, and I'm looking forward to the launch. PlayCacao, the publisher of Elyon, has not released any type of player numbers for the closed beta test, which might be a little bit concerning to some. I did a little bit of my own research and I checked the Steam charts and the Twitch numbers for Elyon. Unfortunately, PlayCacao uses its own launcher, so the Steam charts don't necessarily show how many people are playing the game for how long, because the only time that people are actually accessing the game is via the launcher. But I think the Twitch number shows a little bit of a different story. On Thursday, August 19th, Elyon peaked at 10,000 viewers across Twitch and 168 individual channels streaming it. Now, Twitch numbers don't 100% correlate to player numbers, but we can tell there is some excitement for Elyon. Elyon releases September 29th. Now, there are 3 different packages you can buy to be able to get earlier access, which is starting this pay to win conversation that Elyon has. I'm in the camp that this is definitely a pay to win system that I wish to see removed from the game, but I think it's a little bit too late for that currently. You can buy the base game for $40. You can buy a tier 1 upgrade to get a 24-hour head start, a tier 2 upgrade to get a 48-hour head start, and a tier 3 update of up to $100 in value for a 72-hour head start. So technically it comes out on September 26th if you were to buy that tier 3 update. Now, Elyon has not announced that they're going to be moving their launch date, but there are some murmurs across the community that they might be doing so. New World coming out September 28th, having 2 MMOs coming out literally days after each other is not very good for either side. And New World and Amazon being the behemoth that they are, I feel like Elyon might have an upward battle on their hands. But who knows, New World might get delayed again and Elyon will have some free sailing. All right, guys, that is the MMO show. This was all the news and information that I cared about, that hopefully you guys cared about as well. Next week, we will have a whole new episode for you to be able to stay on top of all the information and MMO news that you're interested in. If you have anything that I didn't cover in this video, leave a comment down below. If there's a game that I'm not paying attention to that you would like me to make sure I pay attention to in these videos, leave that down below as well. I will see you guys next time. Peace and love, everybody. Peace and love.